You may like to introduce yourself to all of us.
My name is Asiya Wahab and I hail from District Ghazar of Gilgit-Baltistan. I did my BS Honours in Environmental Sciences from Karakoram International University, Gilgit-Baltistan, and I got top distinction in my department in my studies. Just after completing my BS, I started interning in the Municipal Corporation of Gahkuch as solid waste manager because I had previously I am certified from Dr. Akhtar Hamid Khan Memorial Trust as solid waste management specialist. So after interning for four months, I just realized the financial situation of my family, and I switched the internship, and then I joined an elite school of my area, which is named as Elysian Private Limited, as science teacher. After working for 6 months as science teacher in the school offered me to assume the charge of vice principal. So it was very astonishing for me because already there were senior teachers, but they were never offered for the post of vice principal. I was happy as well as very encouraged, so I took the charge. And after 6 months, I was offered by another school in the region as acting principal. So I worked as acting principal at Ghazar Higher Secondary School for 2 years, and in Feb 2021, I was promoted to the position of principal. So currently, I am associated with Ghazar Higher Secondary School, Gahkuch, as principal, and I am serving there for the last 2 years. And with that, I am associated with Pakistan American Cultural Center as lead English educator, and I am taking English language classes throughout Gilgit-Baltistan. As far as my journey towards the civil services is concerned, when I was working as principal in the school, I realized that the female students as well as the female teachers, they were feeling very relaxed to come to me and to share their ideas and issues with me. So then I realized that there are many issues which are faced by the females in our area. So if I will be serving at a broader level, at a higher position, I may be able to serve the community and especially the females of the area very well. And with that, I also want to serve the nation at a broader level. So that's why I have opted for the civil services. Thank you so much.
Good. Tell us something about Gilgit-Baltistan.
Sir, Gilgit-Baltistan is the tourism capital of the tourism of Pakistan, and it is actually the federating unit of Pakistan. If we talk about the historical background of Gilgit-Baltistan, and if we relate it to the current constitutional scenario, it is integral part of Kashmir. But due to the problem that in Pakistan has linked Gilgit-Baltistan with Kashmir in order to get more votes for the plebiscite, so it has been added with Kashmir. Therefore, Gilgit-Baltistan is not having any constitutional position in Pakistan, but it is the federating unit of Pakistan. Gilgit-Baltistan is actually ruled or governed through the Gilgit-Baltistan Presidential Order 2018, and there is a CM, there is the governor, and then there is the Legislative Assembly and the GB Council, and so Gilgit-Baltistan is also it has an elected setup, and it's working under that setup.
So you have done this degree from Karakoram University?
Yes, sir.
What is the length of these Karakoram mountains in the Himalayan regions?
Sir, shall I talk about K2 or...
No, I am talking about the Karakoram mountains range. Not Himalayan. Himalayan is bigger than Karakoram.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, I exactly don't remember now.
What is the height of K2?
It's 8,816 meters.
Mm-hmm. So you have been teaching for a long time?
Yes, sir. For almost 4 years, sir.
4 years. Tell me, who is the teacher of the world?
Teacher of the world, sir? As far as the Muslim perspective is
concerned. China के border पे रहती हो, तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए ना? Who is the teacher of the world?
Sorry, sir, I have no idea.
And who is the teacher of the child?
The first teacher of the child is the mother, sir.
Why? How you justify mother as the teacher of the?
Sir, it's because mother is the only personality who spends most of the time with the child from the inception to birth and then afterward. Till that the child becomes mature and takes his own responsibilities.
How you will explain artificial intelligence?
Sir, artificial intelligence is a development in the world of science and technology in which the computers and the other technology devices have been given the characteristics of human beings. Like they can think like human beings and then they perform the task. Previously, the computers were given the task, the data was entered into it and then they were performing. But the artificial intelligence is much more advanced form and the devices, they think like human being and they act accordingly.
Welcome to CSPs Academy for CSS PMS preparation. CSS PMS तहरीरी इम्तिहान के तमाम मज़ामीन की ऑनलाइन और ऑन कैंपस तैयारी के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन, असाइनमेंट चेकिंग, क्लास टेस्ट, मॉक एग्ज़ाम, इंडिविजुअल टीचर डिस्कशन और फीडबैक सेशन का इनकाद किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा FPSC की तजवीज़ करदा बुक्स से बने मयारी नोट्स और CSPs पब्लिशर की बेहतरीन बुक्स मुहैया की जाएंगी। Register now at 0316 570-1593.
Why mountains are important for humans?
So mountains are important for human in, there are many reasons that mountains are important because mountains are the part of ecosystem. And the first thing is that mountains provide water to the human beings because when the snow falls, it retains on the mountains and it becomes the glaciers and then it provides water according to the situation. It does not flow it off once. And then it also maintains the ecological balance in the environment. And yes, it's because the alpine ecosystem is also important because of the mountains.
GB is a gateway to Central Asia.
Yes.
Tell me how.
Sir, Gilgit-Baltistan is considered as the central or the gateway to the Central Asia because Gilgit-Baltistan through the CPEC is actually is linked with Gwadar, and Gwadar is the actual gateway to Central Asia. So from GB, from Gwadar to the Khunjarab and then to the Xinjiang, it links the major energy producers of the world to the international markets. Therefore, it is the gateway.
But it is a gate not only to China, gateway to the Central Asia.
Yes, sir. Central Asian republics like Turkmenistan and Tajikistan.
What do you know about Wakhan corridor?
Sir, Wakhan corridor, it's a stripe that separates Pakistan from Tajikistan, I guess.
Please, sir.
As Assistant Commissioner, your environmental sciences, that is the background you've studied. As Assistant Commissioner, what will you do to improve the environment of the area of your posting?
Sir, if I am posted to any area, any district as Assistant Commissioner, so I will utilize the knowledge which I have studied in my university. And currently, when the world is facing the catastrophic results of the climate change and the environmental issues like waste management, environmental pollution, and these floods which have been the result of the climate change. So there are so many things to do for the district administration in these circumstances. As an Assistant Commissioner, first of all, I would activate the environmental department, wildlife department and the municipal department of my area so that they will actively work. And then I will also work in association with the GBDMA, that is Gilgit-Baltistan Disaster Management Authority, and I would I will work to improve the environmental conditions of my area, to manage the natural resources sustainably, and then to clean the environment of my area. So it becomes easy to make the other departments work when the person is in district administration.
How do you see the existing education system of our country?
Sir, I have been teaching for the last 4 years and I have been serving as principal for 2 years. So the existing educational system of Pakistan needs to be developed so much. There are many things that Pakistan needs to do in order to bring reforms and revolution in the field of education. The first thing is that we study that and we know that there is no uniformity in the education system of Pakistan. Recently, I was studying in our former finance minister, Mr. Miftah Ismail. He had written an article, 1% Republic, in which he says that in Pakistan, there are 2 to 3 institutions which produce the top elite class for the Pakistan. And so this actually shows that, and he talks about these army public schools, and then he talks about the city grammar schools and the beacon schools, and he says that these are the institutions which are producing the top leadership. So it means that there is no uniformity in the education system of Pakistan, which is actually the dual system of Pakistan. Then there is a low budget that is allocated to the education system of Pakistan. If we talk about the federal budget of 2022 to 2023, it's hardly 1% of the total budget that is allocated. It's 950 something million. I'm unable to recall it, but it hardly makes 1%. So if we talk about the demographic dividend of Pakistan, the number of youth it's too much. So this 1% of budget will not make the education very good for the people. Therefore, we need to improve the budget in order to develop education system. And with that, sir, what I have noticed is in our area, when I'm working as principal, the educational officials, they come to our office and they just talk about the physical infrastructure of the school. How many rooms are there? How many washrooms are there? So is the school in a good position, in a good condition? But they never ask that how do the teachers deliver the lesson? So they never talk about the impact. So there is a need to look into this matter as well. The policies of the education system are needed to be reformed so that there will be development in the education system.
Right. How waste management and climate change, are they related with each other?
Yes, sir. Waste and climate change are so much, they are intertwined actually. In Pakistan, and if we talk about many of the developing countries, what they do is they dump the waste in one place. We have just facilities of either incineration or landfilling. So even after the incineration, when we openly burn the waste, it produces the greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide. So they go into the atmosphere, then they trap the oxygen, and then they trap the temperature, and in result they cause the global warming, which is actually this climate change.
How do you see the current political situation of the country?
So the current political situation of the country is very polarized. If we talk about why this political scenario is so worse, so it's because our political leaders, the elected leaders, they talk about the democracy. They say that they have the slogans for democracy, but when they get the position, they forget the main principles of democracy. They do not listen to each other, so they do not actually respect the principles of democracy. Whoever comes in opposition, they start creating problems for the mainstream leaders, and once the mainstream leaders, they become the opposition, they start creating problems. So and currently this situation has become so worse because the language that the politicians are using for each other, it's also getting it's not a kind of good language. So
thank you.
Join CSPs, where we believe that your dreams are our mission. So let us be your partners in this transformative journey as we equip you with knowledge, confidence, and resilience required to emerge as CSS toppers. Contact us on our given WhatsApp number 0316-570-1593 or visit our website www.csps.com.pk.
Asiya Wahab, you have studied waste management, climate change, environment impact assessment. Have you heard of blue economy?
Yes, ma'am. Blue economy is actually, initially this was like people were talking about green economy, like planting trees and then developing greenery everywhere in order to cope with the climate change. But now this has been like blue economy is actually related to the oceans, to the seas. So all we know that one third of the country, it's of the planet is it is covered by water. So we have many resources in the waters, and there are many other opportunities that we can obtain from the oceans and the seas. So getting getting benefits from these water bodies, the ice caps and the glaciers, it is the blue economy that was recently actually introduced in our national security policy as well, that we need to work on our blue economy.
So, what are the risks to or threats to the blue economy by climate change?
Okay, ma'am. If the first thing is, if we talk about the blue economy, we will talk about the glacial ice caps in Pakistan. If shall I talk in context of Pakistan?
First, talk in general and then apply it on that.
Okay. So, if the entire, as I said, that there are two poles which are covered by the ice caps, and then if we talk about Pakistan, there are 7,253 ice caps or glaciers in Pakistan. So, when the climate changes and when the global temperature rises, they start melting. And this melting is, it melts down and it comes in the form of flood, and it washes everything that comes in the way. And once it gets mixed to the mainstream water body, the level of the sea or ocean rises, which again becomes threat to the people who are living around the coastal areas, and to the aquatic life as well. The marine life which is living under the water, it is also at menace because of this climate change. And this can also cause food security around the world. It's because many of the nations around the world, they are getting the fishes, and their actually livelihood depends upon the fishing. So it is their profession and they obtain food from it. So according to the study of the FAO, currently the fishing and this climate change, the rise in the sea level is also causing food security around the world.
Thank you. Your favorite personality is Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Yes, ma'am.
Those who are not Muslims
Mm-hmm.
do have criticism on his personality.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what are the criticisms and what is your justification?
Ma'am, if we talk about most of the non-Muslims, as far as I have studied and I have read about it, for example, there is a writer, Michael Hart. He had written a book in 1990s, sometimes, but I don't remember the year. So he has ranked Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, on top among the most influential personalities of the world. So there is a mixed kind of opinion of people regarding the personality of Prophet Muhammad, and there are many people who even criticize on his the things that he brought to the universe, and like the teachings. But I don't think so that his personality should be controversial, because he talked about humanity. Whatever he talked, it was good for the humanity. So yes, there are people who do it, and it's according to their own thoughts, according to their own opinions. So like for example, they are doing it, they are causing the Islamophobia is around the world because of it. So it does not matter. It does not make Prophet Muhammad's personality is controversial. He is the most influential personality of the world because he has talked about the very good of humanity all the time.
Thank you so much, Asiya.
Okay. Give your career a boost with CSS PMS preparation. from Civil Services Preparatory School. Join CSS PMS for on-campus and online classes. Join us for your bright future. Civil Services Preparatory School, Jeetan Markaz, Islamabad. Register now at 0316 570 1593.
Thank you. Well, you're talking about Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. My question is, Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, he followed war strategy or policy in Ghazwa Badr and Uhud differently. And what was his war strategy in War of Khandaq, in War of Ditch?
Okay. Sir, Prophet Muhammad actually used war strategy when there was a need to defend it, first thing is. And in Ghazwa Khandaq, especially what they did is they, around the Makkah, they dug
What you say about that? Is it offensive or defensive? And explain the three wars.
Oh, sir, all these wars were defensive. They were not offensive because Prophet Muhammad is a what should I say? Is a warrior or as a leader of the war. He had always fought these defensive wars. He never went for offensive things.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, what is federalism?
Federalism is a concept in the governance in which there is a central system and then there are the provinces which work under the
Education is a federal subject or provincial subject?
education. Under the 18th Amendment of Pakistan, education has been devolved as a provincial subject.
Then how you can bring uniformity in education?
Sir, as we noticed that recently this single national curriculum was introduced in Pakistan, which was subject to many criticisms as well. But this was the first step. And if the curriculum, wherever is the province, wherever is the area, wherever is the school, it is actually thus knowledge is given under the umbrella of curriculum. So if the curriculum is unified, it can bring 1 to 2 or 3-4% uniformity. But under the provinces, so there should be again all the provinces there should be harmony between the provinces. They should work together and they should work in the better in the welfare of their citizens. And the education should be like a thing that should be developed in consensus so that it would be uniformed. And yes, sir, the teacher trainings and all the other aspects of the education, if they will be unified, the education system will be.
So, links national curriculum is not contrary to the 18th Amendment?
Yeah, it seems, sir, but again, federal has this responsibility to.
When subject goes to provinces. So this single national curriculum is not contrary to the 18th Amendment. I just wanted to know your views.
Sir, single national curriculum is the curriculum development. It's under the curriculum development ministry or the department. So might be the curriculum development is a federal subject. That's why they have that.
Okay, tell the transformation of tribal kingdom to city states. Your views, because you read sociology.
Yes, sir.
In with relevance to the Indian history.
Indian history. Sir, if we talk about the transformation of the society into the urban
From tribal
societies.
kingdoms to city states.
Sir, in tribalism, the people were living together and they were living under the leadership of their tribal leaders. And with the passage of time, it happened that for the resources, because of the competition for the resources, the people started conflicting, and just after the conflicts they realized that they need to develop themselves. And during this is actually the conflict theory of the sociology. So in order to get the resources, they're starting these disputes, and the disputes then led to further developments.
Tell one single reason for the failure of Wavell plan.
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall it.
Tell two shortcomings in 3rd June plan, which is remembered as Dicky Bird plan.
Yes, sir. Sir, 3rd June plan actually created issues in the distribution of the land and with that, it's because might be
And
that
second,
is sorry, sir. I'm
okay, thank you.
चलें जी, let's close it. Now you make your self assessment. What is your assessment? 1 से 10 के स्केल में कहाँ प्लेस करोगे अपने आप को?
Sir, I skipped many questions, so if I will rate myself out of 10, it would be 5.
ओके, देखो बात ये है कि कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो कि यू नीड टू इम्प्रूवमेंट, ठीक है ना? यू आर वेरी फाइन यंग लेडी। एक तो अपना इंट्रोडक्शन आप रिकास्ट करें, ठीक है ना? ये 1 पेजर हो, लंबी इसमें बात नहीं करनी। टीचिंग एक्सपीरियंस ही काफ़ी है, ठीक है? दैट मैं इतने सालों से टीच किए, 4 साल, 4 years, दैट सफाइस, ठीक है? करंटली आई एम एज ए प्रिंसिपल। अच्छा, दूसरी बात ये है कि इससे थोड़ा सा 1 मिनट अपना लिखो जाके 1 पेज का अपना इंट्रोडक्शन, और उसको फिर रिहर्स करो ताकि तुम्हें क्लैरिटी हो व्हाट यू वांट टू से अबाउट यू। इसमें होता ये है कि बेसिक एजुकेशन और आपका एक्सपीरियंस, बस इतना ही होता है। ये प्रोफेशनल इंटरव्यू है, जॉब इंटरव्यू है, इसमें जज्बातियत नहीं होती, ठीक है? नोबडी नोज कि भाई ये स्कूल कहाँ है, ठीक है? भाई यू कैन से जो कुछ कहा है। अच्छा, सेकंड ये है कि न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग करो। कब है तुम्हारा इंटरव्यू?
It's on 27th, sir.
चलो, यू हैव गॉट 7-8 days। तो पिछले अखबार देखो, न्यूज़पेपर कोई अंग्रेजी का, उसकी
Sir, I
नेशनल
read the Dawn newspaper.
डॉन, वही डॉन की मतलब गुज़श्ता 2-3 महीने का देख लो ना। नेशनल इंटरनेशनल खबरें मोटी मोटी क्या हैं, नेशनल क्या है, सोशल इश्यूज क्या हैं, मतलब यू शुड बी थारो ऑन दोज। इन्वायरमेंटल साइंसेस तुम्हारा सब्जेक्ट है, इस पे तो सवाल होगा। तो गुज़श्ता अखबारों को देखो, और मेरा ख्याल है कीप इट अप। बाकी तुम्हारी पर्सनैलिटी शानदार है, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स आर वेरी फाइन, इंटेलिजेंट है आप, कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल आपका ठीक है, नॉलेज भी आपका काफ़ी बेहतर है, ठीक है ना? अब आपने उसको अपने आप को कैसे वहाँ प्रेजेंट करना है विद योर करंट नॉलेज, वो अखबारों में होता है, ठीक है?
Thank you, sir.
सर आप बता दो।
आप सवाल को जवाब को लंबा कर देती हैं ज़रा, उसको जो है ना पॉइंट्स की सूरत में जो जवाब क्रिस्प होना चाहिए, टू द पॉइंट हो, और बहुत लेंथी ना हो। उसमें फिर आप एक चीज़ पर ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस कर देती हैं, बाकी चीज़ें फिर रह जाती हैं।
Sure,
जो
sir,
है
I will work on that.
हाँ, जैसे एजुकेशन सिस्टम था तो आप काफ़ी आपने इसको जो है लंबा किया है। इसको शॉर्ट फॉर्म में भी हो सकता है कि ये है दिस के जिस तरह से कोशिश करें इसको जो है बहुत ज़्यादा लंबा जवाब न दिया करें। बाकी जो है आपने अच्छा इंटरव्यू दिया आपने, और होप यू विल कीप अप दिस टेम्पो,
Inshallah, sir.
इस मोमेंटम को आप मेंटेन रखें, आपको कामयाबी होगी, अच्छी कामयाबी होगी।
Asiya Wahab, you have a good personality. You're wearing a nice dress, good for the interview. MashaAllah, you have a good knowledge. But I felt that either you were not listening to the questions, or there was a knowledge gap, or both. Like when I asked you कि environmental, ये blue economies पे general, तो जनरल डिबेट ब्लू इकोनॉमी पे क्या हो रही है, ब्लू इकोनॉमीज क्या कह रही हैं? द आइलैंड्स आर सिंकिंग, मालदीव्स विल स्टॉप एग्जिस्टिंग, फिजी विल स्टॉप एग्जिस्टिंग।
There was an island summit as well.
Exactly. So, which was called the Blue Summit. So, you were not answering the question, although I was trying to lead you to it. So, please, when your panelist says कि in general first and then on Pakistan, you should know the difference, because you still kept on talking about Pakistan and Pakistan's coastal issues. वो भी पूरी तरह नहीं. So, वो जो सवाल है, listen to it carefully, think in your mind कि what is the panelist asking, और फिर उसके जवाब अपने दिमाग में बना के फिर जवाब दें. ठीक है?
I will work on that.
A little bit of this knowledge gap, if you fill it up, और फिर प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद पे here you're coming as a person who can think out of the box. You know कि उन पे क्या क्या criticisms हो रहे हैं, गूगल करो और उस पे क्या क्या जवाब हो रहे हैं, क्यों कुरान के औराक फाड़े जा रहे हैं, क्यों टर्की ने जो है वो स्वीडन का नेटो में आना इनकार किया, क्या हो रहा है, कैरिकेचर्स क्यों बनते हैं, व्हाट आर दे ट्राइंग टू डू, वो सारी बातें आप एज आप मतलब आप प्रोफेसर हैं माशाल्लाह, एक लॉजिकल डिबेट दें। इसमें इमोशनल डिबेट नहीं होनी, लॉजिकल होनी है। अदरवाइज माशाल्लाह यू गुड, यू आर अ विनिंग हॉर्स, अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ एफर्ट, रिफ्लेक्ट विद इन योर सेल्फ कि इसमें ऑब्जेक्टिवली क्या जवाब हो सकते हैं। हाँ, जैसे आपने शुरू में कहा कि द मदर इज द फर्स्ट टीचर, एंड देन इफ यू नो कि प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, हिज मदर नेवर ब्रॉट हिम अप,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, when the or
and he was insan kamil. So how could he be insan kamil if his first teacher didn't do anything for him?
Exactly.
You know, तो वो contradiction logic में नहीं आनी चाहिए। हाँ,
I will read about that. And I'll
yes,
work on that.
wish you all the best.
Thank you.
वेल जब आप नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम को आपने फेवरेट पर्सनालिटी रखा है ना, तो ऑल वॉर्स वर डिफेंसिव, लेकिन उनकी स्ट्रेटजीज डिफरेंट थी। गज़वा ओहद बाहर जाके लड़ी और डिफेंसिव मोड में लड़ी, अपनी जगह को ऑक्यूपाई करके। ओहद में भी और जो है ऑफेंसिव और डिफेंसिव पॉलिसी थी वॉर ऑफ टेस्ट में। यू मस्ट नो, फिर तो किसी से उनको जानना चाहिए। आपका यूनिफॉर्मिटी इन एजुकेशन, मैंने इसीलिए क्वेश्चन आपको ट्रैप करके पूछा कि फेडरलिज्म जो होता है ना, वो यूनिफॉर्मिटी इन डाइवर्सिटी है, ठीक है। अब एजुकेशन जो है, आपने उसको भी उसी पैराए में आंसर करें। अब 18th अमेंडमेंट में यू वर कंफ्यूज, ठीक है। मैं खुद सिंगल नेशनल करिकुलम का आई एम पार्ट ऑफ दैट, पूरे जो है उसमें एक कंट्रीब्यूशन रही है मेरी भी। आई नो दैट वेरी वेल। ये जो है आपके गिलगित बल्तिस्तान से बहुत सारे लोग आते रहे उसमें कंट्रीब्यूट करने के लिए। तो फिर जब आप इन चीज़ों को जान रही हैं ना, तो खुद अपने क्वेश्चन से खुद ही अपने इंटरव्यू में ट्रैप ना हो, एसेंसी को पढ़ के जाइए।
कि वो अगर एजुकेशन प्रोविंशियल का है तो
हाँ, बस आप कहें कि अगर हमें जो फेडरल की तरफ से कुछ अच्छी इंस्ट्रक्शंस आ रही हैं, तो हमारा प्रोविंस जो है उसको देखेगा कि उनमें से कौन सी अच्छी चीज़ें हम अपने प्रोविंस के लिए लागू करनी है। उसके लिए हम अपने बंदे भी भेजे हैं, ताकि जब फेडरल काम कर रहा है उसके ऊपर, तो हमारी उसमें क्या हो सके, कंट्रीब्यूशन भी हो सके। और फिर हम वापस आके देखेंगे कि हमारे बंदों ने जाके क्या काम किया और हम उसको में से कौन सी चीज़ें ले, क्योंकि नाउ दिस इज, ठीक है।
चलो बेटी, बेस्ट ऑफ लक।
Thank you.